All right, I'm having at it and firing away. But
Yeah.
Jim Bob, when you look at JT, obviously only had two touches in the second half. Do you know throughout the game, like, oh, maybe one of our better players isn't touching the ball? And then secondly, even if it isn't a run, is there ever any discussion to just try to get in his hands, even if he's a receiver like they had, you had done in previous weeks?
Sure. We're always sort of keeping track of the targets our guys are getting, the amount of times our guys are touching the ball, the amount of times that they're sort of able to get the ball in their hands and help us go win. I think coach hit it the other day, but that third quarter really wasn't our best quarter of the year. We didn't possess the ball a whole lot, and that sort of influenced I would say how that second half went from a touch standpoint, and all of that. By the time we got to the fourth quarter, it was a little bit of a different game score wise. So no, JT's a huge part of our offense, huge part. We'll definitely continue to strive to get him the ball and shoot all our playmakers, all our guys. We want those guys to touch the ball. You're going to have those sort of oddball quarters. You're going to have those sort of oddball game situations where different things happen. But no, huge part of our offense. We're excited about the success JT's having.
Joel?
Saw some good things from Alec Pierce kind of in the run after the catch game. Is that something that you guys kind of trying to get him a few more of those opportunities?
It's you got last week you guys asked me about, gosh, he's down the field a ton and the impact that he's having there. The same way you guys are noticing that defenses are going to notice certain things, right? If a guy runs certain routes at different depths, they're gonna notice those things, and that's just an ongoing game we all get to play. So, it was good to get Alec the ball in some different areas and some different spots, and he made some plays with him. There were a couple plays where there were just sort of short completions underneath where he made a few extra yards. Some of them sort of working with the quarterback on a scramble type situation. It was good to see him turn a 5-yard catch into 12 or whatever those numbers were. So he's doing a nice job. He's doing a great job for us. I'm not the NFL stats guru, but I think those guys deserve credit for DPI yardage. I don't know how you officiate that, or how you sort of legislate who gets the receiving yards on a defensive pass interference. But Alec has done a great job for us on a couple of those as well, that have really been sort of explosive plays in the game that have moved our team down the field. So he's doing a nice job out there. We'll continue to get him the ball and mix up his route tree a little bit.
Kevin?
Hey, Jim Bob, seems like Drew Ogletree's kind of come on a little bit here in the last couple of weeks. What is it about him that, obviously missed all last year, that he's shown you guys as staff to earn more trust? Yeah,
just done a nice job with the opportunities that he's been presented with. Kind of takes advantage of those opportunities, which is what we're looking for. We're looking for guys that are going to sort of help us go win games, and that's in the tight end room. You got to do that a lot of ways. You're run blocking, you're pass protecting, you're running routes. Sometimes the ball comes your way and you got a chance to make a play, or you got a matchup maybe we like. Drew's done a nice job with those, and he's kind of earned a few more. And then obviously he's earned the trust of the quarterback a little bit. Just some of the plays he's made on the move, in the scramble game have been really good football plays, big for our team. So Drew's doing a nice job this year. Like you said, kind of first year really playing, getting to play, and you hope those guys get better every single week. And that's what I see out of Drew. He is better this week than he was last week, and he's continuing that trajectory. So good to see him make some big plays. Obviously the one catch in the back of the end zone there was a great catch, great throw, great catch, huge play. We needed it at that moment. So good to see him kind of step up and make that play.
Nate?
Last time you were an offensive coordinator, obviously you got to run it in terms of calling the plays. I'm just curious what the kind of the adjustment's been like this year with working with Shane. What is that dynamic like, just kind of during the game when so many things happen, you have to react? What's sort of the chemistry like between you two?
Yeah, it's been good. My role, kind of, I've always said, if there's a guy calling the plays and he's, he is in the action, he is right in the middle of everything. And then everybody else's role is to really help and support him as a coaching staff, as we're talking about on the headsets and between drives, stuff like that. Obviously, we're talking to our players a ton and doing a lot of that between drives. But just as a coaching staff, we're all working to support the play caller and shoot. Here's an idea we like, or here's something we're seeing out of the defense, and it's an ongoing thing where sort of getting obviously worked with Shane a couple of years back, getting back with him, being on our 8th, going into our 9th game, or whatever the numbers are, just sort of getting sort of more refined as we go every week, trying to make that process as good as possible for our team.
And just to follow up real quick, just what kind of, I guess, appreciation have you gained for Shane and the way kind of his mind works and his reaction speed, being in this role where you get to kind of see it play out in real time?
Yeah, it's been great for me. Just getting to obviously be around the action, but like I said earlier, kind of helping him out and watching the action and helping as I can, and sort of seeing him do his thing. He's fun to watch call a game. He's really into it. He's, you can give him a ton of information. Every play caller is kind of different with how much information they want in between plays or in between drives and things like that. But he's, he'll take everything you can give him and go turn that into success the next drive or the next play or the next whatever. So he's been great to work with, and great to obviously just watch call these games or be a part of.
Raven.
I'm sure ahead of the draft, AR wasn't the only quarterback that you guys looked at. I'm sure you at least caught up with some of Bryce Young's tape. So just during his time from Alabama, what did you see from that tape, and just what you've seen from him through his first few weeks of his NFL career?
Yeah, I'm going to hold off a little bit on the evaluation of the player. I think that's fair given the situation, but I will say, like, just getting to know the young man and spend some time around the young man, really an impressive young guy. I mean, just getting to, like I said, be around him, talk ball with him, do all the things you do in that pre-draft process, getting to know everybody. He's a really, I'm really glad I had the opportunity to get to know Bryce, and I'm enjoying watching him from afar this week, be a little closer on that other sideline than on the TV or on the film, but it'll be fun this Sunday, and we'll leave the evaluations up for another time.
Sure. And then just looking at the offensive line, they had a pretty strong game against the Saints. I believe only allowed like 2 pressures, I think 2 sacks collectively. Just with the progression of the offensive line going up against some pretty tough D lines, just what have you seen from them throughout the first half of the season?
Yeah, the guys show up to work every week. They put in great work weeks, which turns into really good games a lot of times. You got to sort of earn your success on Sunday, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in this league, really every day of the week. But those guys have come in and they've worked their tails off, and we've seen them have that success. We've seen them sort of have an attitude that translates over to the rest of the offense, be it running the ball, be it protecting the quarterback, be it being excited about first downs and touchdowns, and maybe short yardage conversions and those goal line tight red zone type of runs that convert or get over the line there. Obviously, the offensive line has a huge role in the success of those plays. Those guys are playing pretty good football right now. We got to keep getting better. We got to put a good week of work together this week to go, have a good game up there, and I think our guys will. They've been in a good place. We just, it's an ongoing process in this league, and you gotta stay at it. You got to stay sort of working. You got to stay into it. You got to every single day. You got to go earn that success on Sunday. So those guys have done a nice job of that thus far this year, and we're gonna need more of it from them.
Last one, chat.
Jim Bob, back with Alec Pierce. Every year there's some player that is not meeting everyone's expectations outside number wise. Do you have to, I don't know how you look at Alec's season thus far halfway in. Do you have to approach these guys, say, hey, listen, don't listen to that noise? He mentioned that Reggie Wayne even said, hey, listen, it took me a couple years to really emerge. I realize different situations. Do you talk to Alec at all, or are you not even the least bit concerned?
It's you treat it different with each guy like you do anything in this world, in this business. But Alec's got a really good head on his shoulders. I think we all know probably the less outside noise we listen to, the better. That's just a good general policy for us coaches and players. But some of it's always going to seep in. Something's going to be an outside opinion. Some of them are accurate. Some of them are inaccurate. And the truth is always somewhere in between. But Alec's doing a great job coming to work every day. Like I said, he's making some huge plays for us in these games. I kind of think some of these 30 and 40-yard DPIs ought to be added to the stat sheet, and maybe that would change the discussion a little bit. But we're real happy with Alec. He's working hard. He's playing good football for us, and we're going to need him to kind of keep working hard, keep playing good football as the season goes forward. So
just a spinoff on that, it's kind of crazy because, again, if you get 60 plays in a game and Pitt wants his and JT wants his or needs his, I guess, at some point in Josh Downs, I mean, there's only so many. Is it difficult to sort of maybe game to game make sure everybody gets what they need to make you guys better?
I think there's always gonna be, there's always just within a like you said, within a 60 or 70 play game, every game's gonna go a little bit different. Obviously, we're all fighting, scratching, clawing to win that game. If you got a certain number of really talented players that you all want to touch the ball to help you win the game, probably every week or two there's going to be somebody that maybe just didn't quite get the targets that week in the pass game or things like that. Those things have happened at least throughout my career. Nate's asked me about 100 of those probably. So no, it just happens every week in this business. That's part of the deal. But these things come and go. As soon as you guys write that story, they have the huge game the next week, right? It's happened a million times. So
you listen to us then.
What's that?
So you listen to us and get this guy the ball.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, there you go. But anyway, it's going to happen. It happens all over the place. Luckily enough, we got a bunch of really talented players that we're excited to watch touch the ball. We want them all to get their touches and their targets. And the better we move the ball offensively, shoot the better, the more that happens, the more touches and targets and touchdowns and all that good stuff everybody gets. So ultimately we all want the offense to have success. That'll help our team have success, and the individual success will come right along with that.